This time of year, it can be really tough for allergy sufferers, but the good news is simple lifestyle changes can help you survive this allergy season. And joining us to talk about this is allergist Dr. Eli Meltzer. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. We recently caught up with Angelina, who has some serious concerns about her own allergy problem.
Hi, doctors. I've been suffering from allergies since I was a kid. When I have an allergy attack, it's really hard for me to function, but I have to go on. I cannot shut the world and not go outside.
Hello?
I'm a busy mom, and my daughter has a very busy schedule. How can I get my allergies under control?
Well, Angelina is here. Allergies can be annoying. So let's first of all explain to you and everyone watching why we get allergies, because oftentimes we deal with the symptoms, we're not really sure what they are, but allergies are basically when your body responds to an allergen and it forms these antibodies to that allergen, and in response to that, you have this release of histamine. And that may seem like no big deal, but the problem is that histamine can cause a host of symptoms. The common thing that we talk about is called allergic rhinitis. That is what we think of when we talk about hay fever or allergies. It's common in adults, it's common in children. It's when you get those itchy, watery eyes, that nasal congestion, itchy throat. And a lot of us let our allergies control our springs, whenever you tend to have these allergy symptoms.
There's several things that you mentioned that are really important to focus on. Number one, it's common. 1 out of every 5 people in the United States has allergies. 50 million, 60 million people. It's a lot of people. It's the most common chronic illness in kids, and it's one of the top 5 in adults.
And some folks will only have seasonal allergies at certain times of the year. Other folks seem to have it year-round. So let's talk about that really quickly.
Well, being allergic tends to be a familial trait. And so you have this antibody business that you mentioned earlier, runs in families and depends upon what you're exposed to, what is in your environment, at what you turn on to, what you become sensitized to. And some people are only sensitized to certain seasons, things like tree pollen in the spring, grass pollen in the spring, weed pollen in the fall. Some people are allergic only to things that are in the house rather than outside the house, like dust mites, which is actually the most common allergen, or mold spores, or animal dander. Animal dander is extraordinarily common. So their allergens are exposed and they have these chronic regular symptoms all the time.
So if you have perennial or year-round allergies, it could be due to something like your pet, mold, etc.
Exactly. But there is some good news, Dr. Meltzer. You know, simple lifestyle changes could help manage those allergies. They're not going to cure them, but they'll make them more tolerable. How does it start? Well, eating a good diet. A diet rich in omega-3s, salmon, tofu, grape leaves can help reduce the symptoms, the inflammation associated with allergies. Eat a rainbow of fruits and vegetables, like I'm showing you here, a rich source of antioxidants, which will help you deal with your allergies.
And another way you can help manage your symptoms is to avoid whatever you're allergic to. So if it's pollen, don't go outside in the mornings. The pollen counts tend to peak between 6 and 10 a.m. And that's why if you avoid the allergen, it will help improve your symptoms. But for some folks, no matter what they do, they're going to suffer from allergies unless they take control of them.
You can take medication to control some of your symptoms, and that's very important. And in our lifetime, lots of new medicines have been developed. And in fact, the newest one that has been available is now available over the counter. That's the new news for March of this year, that we have, in fact, Allegra, which is fexofenadine, available without prescriptions. The same medicine I prescribed for the last 10 to 15 years on prescription is now available off prescription by over the counter. People can buy all the formulations for children in syrup, for young people and adults in what we call rapid dissolving tablets or in tablets that they take once a day. And there's also some which come combined with decongestants for people who have nasal congestion or sinus pressure.
And for some people, nasal steroids may be needed, etc. But you need to talk with your doctor to figure out what would work best for you in the long term. Would you not agree, Dr. Worden?
Totally. Maybe add a little bit of saline spray as well. But Dr. Meltzer and Angelina, thanks so much for being here today.